Just think about any responsibility you've ever had as a leader in the church. Were you well prepared before you were called? No. Did you know what you were doing when you were called? No. So the Lord, by inspiration through those who are in authority, calls us to do things that we've never done, that we're not prepared to do, and that we struggle on the front end, especially learning what we're to do. Well, my phrasing for that is, what happens as soon as you begin to have any idea what you're doing and gain any measure of confidence, you're released and you're clueless again in some new responsibility. And there's a reason for that. As long as we're clueless, we're dependent upon heaven. As soon as we think we know what we're doing, then we tend to rely more on the arm of the flesh. In the church, every single one of us has been in a position where heaven took a chance on us. We didn't know what to do. We certainly were not experienced. We were worthy and willing, but heaven took a chance. Couple of things just to think about. Not too long ago, I was visiting with President Packer, and he made just a very interesting observation. He said, David, serving in this responsibility, the longer you serve, the less able you feel. If you think about a person who would serve as a stake president, for example, 9 years, the first 3 years you're pretty much totally clueless. So you're safe because you're dependent on heaven. The second 3 years you might begin to see repeating kinds of challenges and cases, and you're still clueless, but you're not totally clueless, so you feel reasonably comfortable. The danger comes in the last 3 years that you might ever begin to think, I know what I'm doing. I would suggest, I know what I'm doing, is an absence of humility. Because even though this is the 93rd time you've seen a case like this, you have no idea what you're going to do. As long as that's your approach, new person, new circumstance. And yes, you've benefited from the previous 93, but this is a soul where they deserve your very best. And you can't just apply everything from the past to this particular one. So the great danger comes after we have gained experience that we might begin to think we really know what we're doing. Number two, I think that the characteristic of the natural man and the natural woman is to take credit for things that go well and to assign blame to others when things do not go well. The woman thou gavest me. This was not my idea. I didn't want to do it. She made me do it. Now, as we begin to experience the mighty change of heart, not through goal setting and not through personal discipline, but the natural consequence is that begins to reverse. And when things go well, the first thing we do is drop to our knees to give credit to God. And when things do not go well, the first question we ask is, Lord, is it I? Now that doesn't answer your question about an operational definition, but those begin to be, I think, some of the indicators that the mighty change of heart is having an impact. And I'm looking there to express gratitude, and I'm looking here to try to improve.